Remember when we met a while back and you said, in the Senate, you left me? Remember when I was... And I thought you just...
I haven't forgotten that you left me then, but you're not going to leave me now.
No, I won't, but I didn't want you to leave either. First, of course, is Governor Brown. And Governor, I am honored by the confidence you have placed in me today by appointing me to serve as Secretary of State. The Governor and I, as she said, have known each other for 2 decades. We worked so closely on a daily basis during the 2003 session, when we were the Senate Republican and Senate Democrat leaders, tied 15-15. As leaders, we knew that we could disagree on many issues, but we also knew that if we were to succeed doing the people's business, we had to develop a relationship built on respect, honesty, and trust. That's exactly what we did, and I know, while in the years to come, we may not always see eye to eye on every issue, but we will continue to trust and respect one another. The second person whose support was essential in my return to public service is my husband, Ray. As anyone who has held elective office well knows, the political world is not family friendly. The hours are long and the pressures are great. And when I first discussed this idea with Ray of beginning on this path that led to my appointment, he had every right to ask me if I'd lost my mind. After all, he cheerfully and patiently put up with my years of service in the Oregon House, the Oregon Senate, and the Bush administration. We have a wonderful home in Redmond and a life filled with family, friends, and community. And the family's stretching quite a ways here. But instead of discouraging me, Ray said I was the perfect candidate to fill this position and that it was my duty to go forward and try. The next 21 months will not be what we had imagined a few weeks ago. A few trips have been canceled, but I know these will be busy times, challenging and fulfilling ones. And the fact that I will be able to count on Ray's love, support, and counsel means more than I can say. The remainder of my remarks this afternoon will be brief. I have long told political candidates seeking my advice, the best way you can campaign and to serve is to listen more and talk less. And that is what I intend to do in the days ahead. Listen. To listen to the dedicated individuals who work in the office of the Secretary of State. And I think I shook hands of 200 people yesterday, and I'm telling you they're wonderful, dedicated people. To listen to state legislators is what I intend to do, and I have been honored by the expression and support I have received from many legislators since my appointment. To listen to Oregon's 36 county clerks. Is Nancy Blankenship here? Hi, Nancy. Well, yeah, you're kind of hiding out back there. But Nancy's my Deschutes County clerk, and all the other clerks in our county I intend to listen to and understand the election process better. And above all, to listen to citizens in every corner of the state. My goal in listening is to ensure that the Secretary of State's office is fulfilling its responsibilities in a professional and non-partisan manner, and that the tax dollars that fund our office are spent in the most cost-effective way possible. The two most known rules of the Secretary of State are, of course, to serve as Oregon's Chief Elections Officer and to serve as the Auditor of Public Accounts. Let me repeat today what I said in the announcement of my appointment. There is no Republican way and no Democrat way to oversee elections. There is only a fair and honest way. And there is no Republican way or Democrat way to audit public accounts. There is only a fair, thorough, and honest way. It will be my duty to serve with Governor Brown and Treasurer Reed on the State Land Board. I look forward to that assignment and to being a strong voice for the Oregonians who live and work in rural Oregon. Let me also note that calendars, like good public officials, do not lie. The calendar says that I turned 83 years old last week. The governor didn't know it, but she gave me a very nice birthday present on my birthday. And I would be surprised if there weren't individuals out there who are questioning whether someone my age should be serving in such an important position. In response, I would simply share the words of the great philosopher Andy Rooney. Age is nothing but experience, and some of us are more experienced than others. As the most experienced Secretary of State in Oregon's history, I look forward to proving that ageism belongs in the same dustbin as sexism and racism. In closing, I can't help but think back to my first visit to the Oregon Capitol as a schoolgirl in the 8th grade. The sight that impressed me the most and that has remained with me throughout my life were the doorknobs on the state capitol. And all you boys, be sure and look at the doorknobs before you leave today. They are embossed with the state seal. I could never have dreamed that my life's path would lead me to a position where I would serve in the Oregon legislature and where now, as Secretary of State, my responsibilities include being the custodian of the Oregon State Seal. Again, Governor, thank you for giving me the opportunity to return to the Capitol and to serve Oregonians. Thank you.